So, this game is a tactical sci-fi RPG set in an alternative 1970s where an enormous and explicable artifact, the Dome, has sprung into reality on this very planet. So I was part of the Kickstarter and got the GOG version, but the devs were kind enough to give me a version for Steam as well, and that's what we will be testing out today. So the purpose of this video is to get a bit of a taste and a feel for this game. It has an homage to earlier CRPGs such as Fallout and Baldur's Gate and whatnot, and I love those games, so I am kind of looking forward to see what this game has to offer. And the purpose of this video is to create a character, start the game, get a feel for the story and the world, and then go through the tutorial. And that usually takes about an hour or so in games such as this. So let's jump into it.
We woke up in a different world, where the Cold War ended along with the Vietnam carnage. All because of the Dome. The Dome. A territory full of anomalous artifacts, phenomena, and organisms. We still don't know what it is. An alien city? Some kind of a testing ground or storage? Whatever it is, no living thing trapped under the Dome can escape it. Yet even this did not stop the research. The major powers created the Cronus Mega Corporation to develop and explore the Dome. Its secrets became a lucrative business. The Spire station was built on top of the Dome to export the artifacts and import supplies and personnel. The city of Crystal Sands grew at the foot of the Dome, eventually becoming a major transportation hub. All this required thousands of employees, and there was no shortage of candidates. Romantics, pragmatists, and adventurers of all trades swarmed recruiting centers around the globe, seeking jobs at Cronus. You were one of those people. In 1976, your application was approved, and you went under the Dome towards the future. Whether a good one or a bad one, only time will tell.
So, I know that this game has a lot of readily made characters. There's quite a few dudes here. And I would imagine that they all showcase a different class and have different perks and skills and whatnot. But I kind of want to, even if it's just a brief video, I kind of want to create my own character to see what we can do there and how to make it interesting and make the story a little bit more of our own. So if you want to have a look at these pre-made guys, you'll have to either look at other videos or jump into the game yourself, why don't you, and look at them. So yeah, that's that. Welcome to the character creating screen, where you will create a protagonist to plunge into adventures under the Dome. To begin, choose the name for your character, select the wing in which they work, the portrait, and then adjust their physical appearance. Then click the next button to continue. Proceed. Hey, cool. And you can actually bring in your own portraits. That's pretty cool. I don't have any of those right now, though. Yeah, let's go with that. I think Regis is a bit weird of a name, so let's go for Reginald. Yeah. Spencer. As an homage to Resident Evil, why not? Reginald Spencer, age, why would I be 6 years old? Isn't that somewhat old? Let's go with 40, yeah. Alright. Okay. Cronus Wings. Determine the first priority of 1,000. Find experts who can suss out the best solutions. Every base build and every... Blackwing. Wings. Cronus is divided into wings. These 5 departments are engaged in different activities. Choosing a wing affects the background of your character, Starting attribute values, initial equipment, and answer options in dialogues. Okay. Powerful weapons. Okay, so this is like the muscle option. Orange. Manage the crowd. Oh, these are like ex-cons, I would imagine. White Wing. Are these medis, or like scientists? Repositories, just like a Leo Newton, White Wing employees are launching a new area of science. Yeah, they're scientists. They got the big brains. Blue Wing. Dome lay dormant for centuries and came to life only with the arrival of people. Today, this region is a gigantic 30,000 square kilometers construction site with thousands of cars, snow-white cities, and a network of motorways spanning the hospitable desert. Concord is rightfully proud of its world-class infrastructure, built from the ground up thanks to the hard work and knowledge of the employees of the Blue Wing. Okay, so are we just workers, or are we like engineers and stuff? Okay. Now let's go with like the gung-ho thingy. Attributes. Each character in the game has a set of attributes, basic physical or mental characteristics. The higher the attribute value, the greater the advantage in certain situations, and the higher the initial level of secondary characteristics and skills associated with attribute. After selecting your wing, attribute points are distributed automatically, reflecting your wing's specialization, but you can redistribute them by deducting points from some attributes and invest them in others. Okay. Tagged skills. In Encased, characters have a variety of skills that reflect their prowess in specific areas, be it handling different types of weapons, applying medicine, or repairing equipment. We recommend choosing 2 applied and 1 combat skill. 2 applied and 1 combat. But you may select 3 skills as your tag skills. This will add additional 30 points to each tag skill. Okay. Okay, choosing 2 applied and 1 combat. 2 applied. Ooh. So what do we have? What is this? Pistol, shotgun, submachine guns. Okay, let's pick that. Formidable shot. Okay, so we have all of these. Point blank, suppressive fire, crippling shot. We can talk, yeah. Base guts. Alright. And you can drive things. Okay, let's go with that. Movement speed penalty. Okay, it's reduced. And run over a living creature. Okay, yeah, why not? When creating a character, you can choose 1 personality trait for them. It has both pros and cons, and it's entirely optional. In case you create a character with low intelligence, 1 more additional trait named as a bag of hammers. Okay, charming. Will be added automatically. Ooh, gun fanatic. You adore guns of all calibers and types. The Salieri. Okay, so that's the whole Mozart thing. Okay. Many trouble, but some were not lucky. Oh, we're torn. Spirituality. You see signs from... Nah, I'm not so sure I want to see signs from above. Survivor. Oh, that's bad. Ooh, okay, so that doesn't sound very good. Brains. Schlacker. Okay, so we're a bit boring. Experience... Oh, okay. Oh, you're smart, but we don't want to learn stuff? Okay, so we take for granted that we already know stuff, so we don't want to. Okay. Okay, let's go with Gun Fanatic then, even though... Conversations. Interacting with different characters is an important part of the game. To start a dialogue, click on the character, and if they are set to talk to you, a dialogue interface will show up. From conversation, you can find out valuable plot information, clues, and even receive tasks. Choose your lines carefully. Careless words can cause resentment or provoke a fight. Okay. Oh. So here we have our dude. Here we have our inventory. Look at that snazzy spandex, whatever we have. Scanner. Compounds. I guess that's the currency. Inactive Selectrone. Door things. Third letter from Kronos. Okay. Can't really do anything with these. No. Oh, we can. Please accept our sincerest congratulations. From this day forward, you are officially part of the Kronos ranks. Our foundation is not merely the wealthiest and fastest growing company in the world. Above all, it is an organization of people. Brave soldiers, astute scientists, talented engineers, brilliant managers, and other employees. These people form a huge but cohesive team, and we hope you will soon find your own place in it and make some new friends along the way. We are all united by a common goal. We believe in a bright future for every human being on Earth, and we're prepared to work hard to achieve it. Thank you for joining us. Scanner. So it's a scanner. Okay, so these are all the things we've actually been through already. Reputation, we start in the meaty middle. We got a map. And a bigger map, I would assume. Oh boy. What's this? Activate style. Okay, that's probably not something we want to do. And here we have the character, all the quests. Okay, that's cool. On track. No. Okay. Let's talk to Monty James.
A guy wearing thick spectacles thrusts out a sweaty hand.
Monty James, Silverwing.
He glances down at your badge.
Ah, it's you. I found your file extremely interesting. And your CV, wonderful. Inspiring, really. When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful, but silver level clearance has its advantages.
Monty winks.
So we're not smart enough or perceptive enough to do this, I guess?
Monty makes a ring with his thumb and forefinger.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the dome after only 16 months. Besides that, zero, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse for both the Foundation and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
Say you've always dreamed of meeting people of other races and cultures and then killing them all. Charming. Reply that you're a professional and you go where your skills are needed most. Explain that your mission is to protect mankind from the alien threat. Okay, let's go with the two.
The silver peers at you more closely.
Wait. Let me guess. Are you a mercenary? French Foreign Legion, right? Fought in Africa, Latin America? Yeah, I know. You don't like to talk about it.
An uncomfortable silence rises between you, and Monty abruptly changes the subject. He taps the narrow illuminator panel with one finger.
Look, there's a storm rising. The lightning is strange. Green. Should lightning be green? This is my first sandstorm.
Maybe it's our first sandstorm also. Damn it, we can't do much here. Okay, Quentin Bisley.
The badge on the orange's chest reads, Quentin Bisley, laborer. He eyes your black uniform and quickly turns away.
Oh, he doesn't like the grunts. Elsa Olafsson.
A tall woman is watching an ad playing on the monitor, arms crossed. The polished to a shine badge on her black overalls reads Elsa Olafsson, Security Service.
Now we're talking. Also a grunt sort of a person, yeah?
She glances at you and offers her hand in a businesslike manner.
Greetings. Please take all necessary precautions. By that I mean, don't turn your back on him.
Elsa nods at the orange.
Damn it. Ask her what's so dangerous about this orange.
I just follow orders. Even if his crime was embezzlement, I have to keep him cuffed. Those are the rules.
Olafsson shrugs in a sharp, mechanical way, as if racking the slide of an assault rifle.
Our friends from the administration didn't deign to inform me about this man's record. Could be I'm escorting a serial killer. It's corporate policy, you know.
She gives the silver a vengeful look.
Alright. So far we haven't really been able to say that much. Igor Potanin.
A man with a mustache and a blue jumpsuit is standing at the window, studying the construction site below through the occasional break in the clouds. His badge reads Igor Potanin, planner. The blue taps on the glass with one finger and gestures you to come and take a look. Seems like he doesn't speak English.
We do have the influence, though.
Using sign language, mimicry, and all of your artistic talent, you're able to communicate with the planner. Once he's sure you're watching, Potanin points up in the direction of Spire Station, from which you departed a few minutes ago. He sketches the outline of the station on a broad, foggy section of glass. Once he's finished, the blue turns to you with a delighted expression.
Alright.
The blue begins to mark up his diagram with a series of footnotes and numbers. Turns out the station's ring diameter is a bit more than 1,500 meters. Its height above the dome is 317 meters. And the total height of the spire, including the loading docks, is nearly 720 meters.
That's a big old station. Big old. Also, I'm kind of loving the storyteller voice so far, and also that there is quite a lot of talking, because otherwise it would be a lot of reading. Yeah.
With a series of confident strokes, the planner delineates the capsule's movement scheme, drivetrain, and massive hydraulic brakes on the glass.
Okay. Question him about the purpose of the station.
This time, Igor is quite laconic. He pauses, then confidently writes cargo and personnel in block letters, and draws an arrow pointing downward. Beside it, he writes relics, and draws an arrow pointing up. His R is turned back to front.
Oh.
The engineer stops you with a gesture, and after rummaging through his pockets, offers you a small candy. There is a picture of a crayfish on the white wrapper. Is this candy crayfish flavored?
We have to try this.
It's surprisingly spongy and tooth-achingly sweet. You can only wonder what it has to do with crayfish.
Good question. Oh, status effects. Various actions such as eating food or taking medicines may impose certain status effects on you. They can last for different times and be positive or negative. Some attacks and abilities can also apply a status effect that changes the characteristics of the target. For example, bleeding or poisoning will gradually reduce health. Makes sense. Oh, we got something for that. Crayfish candy. Yum yum. Why not?
A young, dark-haired woman is staring through the illuminator, her gaze glued to the slowly approaching desert. She's whispering softly.
We've crossed the border. No way back now.
She turns to you. The shiny badge on her white jumpsuit reads Tomoko Kimura, physiologist. As the woman takes in your black uniform, her smile fades.
Oh, we're not a bad guy.
There are 6 people in this capsule. 2 of them in black jumpsuits. Not a statistically significant sample, but the trend is evident.
She says with a squint. Kimura shakes her head disapprovingly and turns back to the illuminator.
This place is a scientific treasure trove, and you're treading all over it in your jack boots. blowing up doors that are thousands of years old, acting like you own this world. What devilment.
Damn, woman. I mean, we could be there for your protection. Argue that you have a duty to protect Cronus personnel from the dangers of the dome. Say there are lots of oranges under the dome and some of them are dangerous. Nah, that'll probably not go down well with her.
Kimura isn't impressed.
Protecting us from the dome, really. And who's going to protect the dome from you?
Touche? Nah. You know what?
Kimura doesn't turn, but you can see her watching your
Okay, so she hates us. We didn't really do anything. Man.
Dense, gleaming,
Okay.
futuristic, state-of-the-art city.
Stopping by the door's porthole, you watch as the ground slowly approaches.
Oh man, we were high up there for a while.
It looks brown-black through the tinted glass and smoky blue at the horizon. It almost seems like the clouds are pulling apart there. You peer into the rusty clouds of dust blowing along a dirt road leading south. The southern sector. Every black winger has heard the whispers about Operation Simoon, a major offensive under preparation since the early days of development of the dome. Cronus is recruiting troops capable of capturing the southern territory, an area heavily guarded by the Forefathers' defense systems. Maybe you yourself will end up in one of those troops.
Do we want to, though?
Just as you're about to move away from the window, you notice a whirlwind beginning to form above the ochre plain. The gathering storm drifts unhurriedly above the desert, a crown of green lightning flashing at its core. Clearly no ordinary weather phenomenon. It must be one of those anomalies. You freeze by the window, unable to avert your gaze.
Stand up on your tiptoes and try to make out the buildings down below. Stay that way until landing. Stay where you are, trying to see if you can spot the mysterious Forefather structures until landing. Or what's the whirlwind? Okay, let's do
The
that.
outlines of the landing site, blurred by clouds of dust, appear behind the greenish glass of the porthole. The capsule shudders as the braking devices engage.
This is the end of the Cold War. The world economy now revolves around the dome and the study of its technologies, an effort shared among many nations, both capitalist and socialist. The world can rest easy. There will be no nuclear apocalypse, only collaboration in the interest of all mankind. Pravda newspaper article. Oh, there we are. So the camera just, like, scrolled me down into the corner for reasons? Camera control. In case you can rotate the camera using the E and Q keys, as well as zoom in and out by pressing O and ljud. Okay. The camera is not tied to a character. You can move it using the... Yeah, I did notice that. To return to the standing view, click tab. Boop. Hey Ted, what do you think is inside? I mean the box. Come on, move it. Always slacking off on the job. But we got a little power suit guy down there. Look at this guy. Ruth Lautner.
And what the hell is that supposed to mean, Benny? I didn't get a single word. You're such a drag when you're sober.
Dear Lord, May, there's no room in the warehouse. Absolutely none. There are boxes stacked up even in the aisles.
Oh, then why didn't you say that in the first place, Mr. Moaner? All right, I'll unload it here if there's no room inside.
No, May, wait. That's against the rules.
Tough beat.
Hey, Lucas, you got the box? Hold on, I'm on it. There, I'm
Let's have a smoke instead. Okay. I like your attitude. Ludovico Nuzzi.
Come here. Come on now, or you'll miss everything.
A cheerful man in a white lab coat grabs you by the sleeve. A badge reading Ludovico Nuzzi, scientific analyst, export department, dangles loosely on his clean uniform, which still smells pungently of washing powder.
Look over there.
He points upward with a sharp, wide gesture and hands you his field binoculars.
Okay, take the binoculars and look where he's pointing. Refuse the binoculars. Ask him what scientific analyst export department means. So it's not even a good acronym. SAID? Anyway, we'll take the binoculars.
You raise the binoculars to your eyes. Under fourfold magnification, the whirling cloud above the rust-colored plains looks even stranger. Its core glows with flickering green light and flashes rhythmically, and that rhythm seems to form a complicated pattern. Nuzzi bends close to your ear.
Fascinating. Do you want me to bring some filters? If we intercept the red and blue spectrums, we'll see something amazing. It's like a signal, some kind of message.
Ask him what it is precisely that you're looking at. Okay, let's go with that.
I don't know.
Ludovico laughs unnervingly and snatches the binoculars from your hands. With the binoculars raised to his eyes, he minutely adjusts the focus.
It's a massive whirlwind north of Concord, and not merely some desert sandstorm. That's an anomaly. I hope it lasts long enough for me to make a proper observation.
Ask him what the SAID department means. Or SEA, maybe?
The scientist looks blankly at you, then down at his lab coat.
Ah, this? This?
He lets out a blaring laugh. Ludovico points at the building behind him.
I work in Concord Station, categorizing relics. My job is to classify them by rarity. Then the blues package them, silvers issue the documentation, and oranges move them to the cargo capsule. Just like the one you arrived in.
Alright.
Nuzzi points upward.
Then the capsule takes the relics way up there, all the way to the spire, then to crystal sands by the funicular. They get auctioned off and turned into money. It's not like I endorse this, but we all like ourselves a good paycheck, right?
Damn straight, buddy.
He offers you his binoculars once again.
Do you want to have a look at the spire? It's amazing. But then, you can look at the spire anytime. Now that sandstorm, that's what's truly amazing.
Tell him you need to go.
Nuzzi looks from you to the capsule and to the landing terminal entrance. He flings his arms up.
Oh, mi scusi. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You'd better get going or you'll be late for check-in. Your colleagues are already inside, and the storm is growing stronger.
Alright.
Yeah, the storm is growing stronger.
The white mutters in fascination, eyes glued to his binoculars, which is fixed on the spinning whirl of clouds.
And I was starting to get bored.
It's marvelous. You better get to the station. Don't forget to register or they won't let you on the bus. He shouts.
I hope to see you again soon.
Yes. Gate 2. Quests. Throughout the game you will perform various tasks, some of which lead you through the story, as well as others that reveal different aspects of life under the dome. You can always find out the task status and read the details in the data section, or the L key. Ta-da! Yeah, here it is. We don't have that many right now. Tuyunjung. The young blue is closely studying a communication schematic in his Keras. A bundle of wires is hanging from an open fuse box nearby. He smells strongly of cheap cigarettes. His shiny badge says, Tuyen Jun, Communications Engineer.
What do you want?
That's what he's doing. I'm trying to calculate the optimal route for telecommunications cables. These cables connect the entire dome. Here at Concord, they form a hub and run up to the spire. Jun's face turns very serious. This cable is the only thing connecting the dome to civilization. And if it happens to break, the engineer looks at you meaningfully. Therefore, my mission is to ensure a stable connection and secure line, which is impossible without proper documentation. The way they're doing it here is a shame. A person could do time for that back where I'm from. Well, you know. No, I'm not going to go into it. We don't have the blue wing answer. Say that you don't see the point of his complaint. Kronos has created an impressive communication system indeed. Ask what about it is a shame, in his opinion. Ask his opinion about Concord. Say you learned enough. No, we haven't learned enough. Yeah. Jun assumes a disapproving expression. The cables are laid in properly, and various factors are negatively affecting the signal strength. Wild animals damage the equipment as well. With a developed professional culture and quality control system, most of these problems could be solved in short order. Ask what animals he's talking about. He looks around and lowers his voice. They don't tell you new ones much. I suppose it's because of some security order, but in my opinion, this whole thing reeks of sabotage. And in theory, some silver should be imprisoned for that. Whoa. Sorry I got distracted. You were asking about animals. Vulpers. Huge, bald shrews. Very unpleasant creature. Can I help with anything else? He adjusts his collar. Ask his opinion about Concord. John tugs at the blue collar, cutting into his neck. The idea itself is impressive, but the execution suffered some failures. It's obvious the capitalistic system is obsolete and cannot support such grand-scale projects. You know, it's better in totalitarian China, or wherever I'm from. Is that what you're saying, Mr. John? Say you've learned everything you wanted to know and won't be bothering him anymore. John bids you farewell with a firm handshake. Thank you for understanding. I'm not used to getting distracted and sloppy, especially on such an important issue. He turns to the calculation of his carrot screen.
I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, you were a cool guy. Cool dude. What do we have? Trade. Oh. The semi-transparent light panel of the Vega Drinks vending machine is adorned with the silhouette of a dancing go-go girl. There's a list of products for sale inside the illuminated recess in the right part. Cherry-flavored show soda. Beef-flavored noodle. Morning Dunes lager. Dark secret stout and wayward cigarettes. How much did we have? Can we walk away? Can we see how much old? Oh, we only got 40. No, I'm not buying a can of soda for half of that. Oh, who's this? Monty James. A silver-wearing, thick, glittering spectacle is sitting on an orange cow. Oh, God. We found our twin.
Greetings.
No, that was just me. Okay, isn't he... Oh, you can actually see how much he has, like, if he has money. Ah, it's you. How do you like the inside of the dome? Say you're not ready to answer that yet. Not enough time has passed for you to form a clear impression. Monty stares moodily down at his suitcase. My first impression, unfortunately, not very positive. They've got to add my name to the new recruits manifest. Can you imagine? Over to try and register him in the terminal. Monty looked up from his wearing a hangnail. Are you for real? That would be incredibly kind of you. Maybe my optimism about this place and the people working here was just... Okay. You've evidently cheered him up quite a lot.
It was nice chatting. Just great, Mr. Monty James.
Greetings,
With luck
newcomer.
like yours,
Come
I
over
wouldn't
here
spend
and
any money on the
please.
lottery.
Use terminal.
Your Selectron has not been properly authorized.
Alright,
Please
alright.
visit the reception desk to register.
such a thing.
A tall receptionist watches you from behind his desk with a bored, haughty look. He waves impatiently at you to approach. The employee glances at you indifferently. His upper lip is ever so slightly curled in contempt.
Contempt? Come on now.
All new employees must register first thing. Come up to the desk, please.
The nameplate on the desk tells you you're talking with Dean Rayhet, administrator.
A very stern-looking man who has... Oh, you can barter and bribe him.
The administrator slaps himself on the forehead.
Ah, I almost forgot the regulation pre-registration greeting. Just a second.
Listen to the greeting.
Rayhet produces a reel-to-reel tape recorder from beneath the desk, rewinds the tape to the beginning, and presses play. The speakers explode with a harsh, crackling sound, over which the tick-tick of a metronome slowly grows louder.
Oh, that's awful.
Solemn music begins to play, and the administrator's face takes on a serious expression.
Dear employee, on behalf of the Cronus Foundation, I, Administrator Dean Rayhet, welcome you to your new life under the dome.
The administrator clears his throat and continues.
By joining our company, you choose the path of science and progress. You are among mankind's best, and we ask that you live up to this.
Dean squints down at the monitor.
Deserve this title. Do your job honestly. Obey the law. Respect your colleagues and...
The music fades, and the administrator finishes his speech.
And together we will build the best possible future for all mankind.
Dean puts the tape recorder away.
Now that we're done with the official greeting, I'll register you and upgrade your Selectron. Okay?
Say you're ready and begin the registration and look around, ask him what you should do after registration.
Dean frowns, irritated.
I'll explain everything once I've got you registered.
Alright,
Dean stabs impatiently at the terminal keyboard.
Name and age, please.
Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod.
Dictate your information to him, pass him a note upon which you've written out your information in advance. Enter your data into the terminal on your own.
You squeeze into the narrow window, lean over the reception desk, and key your data into the database. After entering Proceed, you return to your seat. Dean mutters discontentedly to himself as he moves back to his terminal. Rayhet scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784. You've been assigned to Magellan Station. A special bus will bring you there after a series of briefings. Please pass me your Selectron so I can update the firmware.
Dean snaps the docking port of your pass to a recess in the casing of his computer. The administrator returns your Selectron.
Here you are. You now have first-level clearance. As a Black Wing employee, you get access to the barracks, the armory, surveillance rooms, remand centers, and other specialized facilities.
Dean continues.
All new employees have a short list of tasks to perform on arrival. Do you want to hear all the details, or just the short version?
Ask for the detailed explanation. Say you've been satisfied with the short version. Okay, let's go for the details.
And points at the ceiling.
First, you need a set of combat gear. Talk to Sydney Maynard. He'll give you everything.
Dean extends his second finger.
Second, weapons. Ms. Margarita Tkachenko is the clerk at the armory. After she dispenses your firearm, you'll need to head to the training zone for a brief weapons handling exam.
The administrator straightens his third finger.
According to the latest regulations, all employees must attend a briefing on psi abilities. Apply to Instructor Andrii Mihai.
Dean extends his fourth finger and looks at you meaningfully.
Did I tell you about the combat and tactical training? The fourth step is to visit Instructor Winston Botherby. And finally, science is the overarching purpose behind everything we do here. Go to Professor Van Alden to learn how to study relics, avoid anomalies, and catalog scientific knowledge. This training is mandatory for all wings, not just white.
Dean finishes. Dean catches himself.
Oh, and when you're done with your trainings, proceed to the waiting room. From there, you'll travel to Magellan by bus.
Ask him to repeat the task. No. Say that everything's crystal clear and leave.
The administrator looks up at you again.
That is all.
He reaches for the tape recorder, but thinks better of it.
Protocol calls for a little welcoming preamble, but dash it all, that's nonsense. Welcome to Concord Station.
Alright.
As he's about to turn away, Dean suddenly remembers something.
Oh yes, I sent your mail to your Kairos. Check your new messages. Well, that's all, I think.
Kairos Mail. Messages sent to you by various game characters are stored in the messages section of your Kairos. Messages from some employees' computer also end up there. All new messages are in the inbox tab, and after reading are moved to the archive tab. Here we go. After registration, you must acquire the uniform, acquire the means of self-defense, and undergo basic combat training, undergo psi abilities training, undergo scanning training, go to the landing zone and wait for the bus to the Magellan station. We strongly recommend that you adhere to established standards of behavior. If you are persuaded to commit unlawful action, contact the guards on the floor. Can we now use this? Terminals. Throughout the game, you will often have to interact with various computers. Terminals contain useful information, allow you to turn on disable mechanisms and open locked doors. If you accidentally or intentionally killed one of the main characters, then information on how to progress further in the game can almost always be found in their terminal. The Kronos logo flickers pale blue on the terminal display. Register Monty James. Register Monty James in Origins. What a great prank! No. You enter Monty James' data into the system. Noting that the registration form for Silvers has several extra fields. Apparently, Kronos sees its managers as a special cast. Once you've double-checked your input, you press Send. With a beep, the system accepts the data and redirects you to the main menu. Greetings, employee! Please enter a command to select an option. Download your personal-made Kairos. News. Read the latest Kronos news. Check your employee status. Enter news. Alright. Start. Blackwing, clearance level 1. And log out. Can we talk to him now and say that we've done some stuff?
Oh.
Monty is sunk deep in thought and also in the cushions of the chair. As you approach, he greets you with a slight nod but remains immersed in his reverie. Tell Monty you've added him to the database. Monty takes off his spectacle, rests on the cushion behind him and envelops you in a big hug. Puts his glasses back on. Thank you for such an impressive example of cooperation with a stranger. Perhaps the Dome really is a special place.
See ya.
Alright, we did good. We did good. Armor door. Can we go in here? We can. Nah, I don't think I need that. Oh yeah, I'll take that lockpick. So I'll try not to break too many rules, but if things are just... okay. Oh, we got an achievement. True Survival Simulator. I mean, someone has to see that all these actually work. We had something here. Oh, we were kind of a little bit thirsty. Vigorous. Silent buzzing. Okay, let's get out of here.
Kronos Corporation reminds you, please use a...
Alright, we got some sassy propaganda. Oh, who are you? Anna Leroy.
How can I help?
She's a slim, chic, bony, silver woman with a red warning lamp in her hands. On the lapel of her perfectly ironed suit is a badge that says Anna Leroy, Administrator. The girl waves her lamp in the air, trying to attract some attention. Valued employees, according to the Administrative Order of September 14, 1976, the waiting area may be accessed through the regular staff corridor. Please be advised that this rule does not apply to newly arrived employees. She pauses and begins to cough. Shit, I should cut down on the smokes. Good day, new employee. The Silver nods like she's depressed. She seems to have just noticed you. Ask if you can go through the hall to the waiting room. Anna gives you a gentle poke on the chest with her warning lamp, forcing you to take a step back. Am I speaking gibberish or what? This rule does not apply to newbies. You need to go through training and... She begins to cough. Persuade her you don't need a training course. You know everything about it. Let's not be that guy. I will. Well, maybe. Hacking software. Yeah. I think we could do that. Sydney Maynard.
Behind the storage counter, you see a small, neat guy. His gingery hair shines with something like brilliantine. His badge says, Sydney Maynard, storekeeper. The silver perks up at your approach. A thick logbook appears at once from under the counter. Sydney puts on thick glasses that seem to age him 5 decades in an instant and studies the lined pages. The silver finally stops and pins down a particular page with his finger.
This is your first uniform requisition, right? You can also purchase any equipment you need for the desert directly from me.
Ask him to issue you your equipment.
Maynard adjusts his glasses in a businesslike manner.
Before I give you the uniform, please listen to these short instructions.
Say you're listening.
Sydney fiddles with his hairstyle.
So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life under the dome can be dangerous. You may get shot, spill acid on yourself, get electrocuted, or suffer the effects of a dangerous anomaly. You may also freeze to death or get fried. That's why it's important to wear protective equipment when traveling outdoors. Of course, in hazardous situations, the equipment will get damaged, and the more it's damaged, the more often one has to repair it.
The silver steps back from his counter to indicate the repair kit boxes piled in the back of the warehouse. He points back at the shelves behind him.
We've got repair kits for this gear. There are Blue Wing specialists ready to help you at any large base, of course, but they're not always available. So, you'd better learn how to use repair kits and workbenches on your own. It's a useful skill.
Sydney rests the logbook on the desk.
That's all the instructions. Now, I'm going to issue your uniform.
The silver disappears into the back for a while and returns with a small package. Unfolding the package, Maynard shows you a brand spanking new uniform.
Standard issue Blackwing equipment, trousers, boots, jacket. Everything is stain resistant and armored. Bear in mind, this gear is made from all natural materials. Oh, Cronus takes care of its employees.
He says with a bit of swagger. He raises a finger.
One more important thing. In accordance with Order 16-225, helmets and gloves are not issued, but they're available for purchase from me. Please bear in mind that a full set includes headgear or a mask, jacket, trousers, gloves, and boots.
Sydney hands you the package.
Here's your uniform. Enjoy.
Say that you're interested in seeing what he has for sale.
Sydney adjusts his glasses.
Trade is an important...
I'll show you what we've got. You know, we're pretty well stocked here in Concord. Take a look.
Trade is an important element of Encased. While playing, you will meet characters who you can trade with either by choosing the related dialogue option or by clicking the barter button in the dialogue interface.
Sydney scribbles something in his logbook.
Please come back anytime if you need something.
We got 40. I don't think we can afford, well, anything really. We cannot. Okay, let's leave for now. So he has the good stuff. Oh, yeah. No, we couldn't go there, so let's...
Anything urgent, Mr. Tkachenko?
Katarzyna, did you mark it as Class 1 again instead of 2? Look, here's the scanner data.
It says the relic is a scientific device.
Wait, but it's still class 1. I'm not going to violate protocol.
Katarzyna, my dear, you may violate protocol as long as it benefits the company. Take your lead from your colleagues. Correct your report if you have to, and don't act so innocent.
Vladimir, done. How do we mark it?
Moving between locations. The game world is vast and divided into many separate locations, some which may be temporarily inaccessible. Transitions between locations usually look like doors sealing off a darkened area, hatches or specially marked areas. If the way is free, click on them and the character will open the portal and move through.
I'll complain to the Silvers about that idiot.
An engineer in a bright blue jacket is tinkering with the door lock, cursing under his breath non-stop. Blowing a curly strand of hair off his forehead, he turns to you.
You're a newcomer, right? It's a straight-up open house here today.
He offers you his hand. According to his badge, this is Maxim Penkovsky, technician. The technician slaps the door with one hand.
You have to wait until I'm done. Some orange jammed up the lock with chewing gum just for a laugh. They're like animals, those oranges, marking their territory. If you ask me, they're too gracious about those bastards in Crystal Sands.
Ask him whether he can open the door. Ask about another route to the boarding area.
Penkovsky chuckles.
Looks like you don't get it. Tons of relics pass through Concord. The base is laid out to make everyone walk a single route, with the top level as separate as possible from the bottom. You get the memo?
Yeah, tough guy.
He turns back to the lock.
So in the meantime, take a load off. Have a coffee. Loosen up. Watch the storm through the window. You'll be seeing a lot of those out here.
Have a coffee.
Maxime extracts a thin, sharp, precision probe from behind his ear and dangles it in front of you.
Though there's another way. You want to learn something about picking locks? It's a useful skill in all sorts of situations.
He looks at you expectantly.
Alright. Ask whether it's legal. Probably not. Reply that you'd like to learn how to pick locks, which might be useful. Refuse. You know everything you need already. Like, I don't think we should have that attitude. Reply.
The blue's getting excited.
All right, looky here.
Penkovsky presses his pick lock, and an odd device resembling a hybrid of a screwdriver and a can opener into your hand.
Using a mechanical pick lock is easy peasy. No special skill required. They wear out after a few locks. While the old-fashioned kind is another thing entirely. Cheap, one use. But one has to know how to use it right. That's a tool for a master.
Maxime takes out another pick lock and crouches by the door. He gives you a quick lesson on how to pick a lock.
By the way, you can carry your tools in your belt. It's much handier to have them right there.
Penkovsky shows you his utility belt, where he keeps all kinds of tools and gadgets.
Actually, finding tools under the dome is no problem at all. There are even devices for hacking terminals and so on.
Maxime hoists up his belt. The blue solemnly raises his index finger.
And one more thing. Always use brand name stuff if you can. Groovy produces good kits. Modus and Supercolor do too. They've all got fat contracts with Cronus, so they care about quality.
He looks at the door again.
Damn these locks. Though I'd rather be doing this than fixing hab pods. Those are a real pain in the ass.
Ask him what's wrong with the hab pods.
Penkovsky gives you a patronizing look.
Because they're poorly made, warp from the heat, and the filters aren't worth a damn. The modules were constructed by marketing managers, not engineers. Building a city in the desert was also their idea. This project is all about PR. Cronus wants to show the world how tough they are.
Okay, so now we can try and pick locks. Use right button on a lock door and select the desired ability from the list. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Examine, use, trapping, and...
And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word.
Add to the belt. Do we have a belt? I don't think we have a belt. So, you know. can't do that just yet. Andrii Mihai.
A lean silver with thick black hair and a huge cigar clamped in his teeth is sitting in front of you. As you approach, he flashes a sly grin and slowly raises an outstretched hand above the table. Something really weird happens. All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air. The silver badge reading Andrii Mihai, Sci-Instructor, floats up as well.
Gape in astonishment at the object hanging in the midair. Wince skeptically. You're not going to be fooled by some parlor trick. Approach the table as if nothing unusual is occurring. Yeah, let's go with that.
Here for the briefing, huh? Shall we get to it?
He
he
takes
looks.
the cigar out of his mouth and exhales a lush cloud of smoke.
He looks like a confident type of man. Say you're ready for the psionics briefing. Yeah, let's do
The
that.
silver props his elbows on the table.
Anyway, here's the deal. It's more profitable for people with a high psyche to study psionics. Give me your hand.
Not waiting for an answer, he grabs your hand with strong, dark fingers. Andrii gropes your hand briefly, then lets go, disappointed.
The pills, huh? The anti-migraine, sleeping pills, neuroleptics, downers. What do you mean you don't take them? Well, off you go then. That means no talent, huh? Why waste time? No wasting time now. But alas, regulations demand it, so I'll give you a glove too. Regulations, huh?
The silver takes a thin glove covered in talc from his desk and passes it to you.
Look, a glove, right? But it isn't just a glove. This is an ooh mama hold me tight glove. It takes energy from your noggin, your psyche, and pew, concentrates it.
He counts off on his fingers.
Learn psionics. Put on the glove. Transform energy into the necessary shape. That's the whole briefing. Simple? Simple. Now to your questions, huh?
Ask him to show you a trick.
In reply, Andrii jumps up from his armchair and thrusts his face close to yours, exhaling foul cigar smoke.
Quickly, think of a number, huh?
The unexpected question calls a bunch of different numbers to mind, but you can't seem to decide on one. The silver looks into your eyes.
3, 14, 13, 76.
He easily names every number you've got in mind.
Ask him to tell you about psionics and its
The
origins.
silver takes a pull at his cigar and releases a self-important puff of smoke.
Psionics. It's a gift for all of us. The forefathers took off someplace. Poof, gone. Only the dome remains. And this. Psionics, huh?
He rocks back in his armchair, puffing on his cigar. The toothpicks again slowly rise up from the table. Mihai spreads his dark hands. Toothpicks hover around his head in a kind of halo.
Scientists say everyone has an organic skill called psyche. You have it, I have it, everyone has it, huh? Big psyche, you got talents. Small psyche, no talents. You'll need to carry a lighter all your life.
Alright.
And then, apply it to the door.
Oh, he has a safe.
Don't touch my things.
Yeah, let's not touch these things then. Can sit on the bench.
The smell of good tobacco wafts off this tall, portly woman from a meter away. A black lacquered pipe, an open logbook full of signatures, and a metal flip calendar sit on the counter in front of her. A small nameplate reads, Margarita Tkachenko. The woman fixes her coppery hair with one hand and casually lights her pipe.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Her voice is deep and gravelly.
Ask her for your personal weapon.
Margarita thumbs back a couple of pages in her logbook.
I see. This was your first receipt.
She glances at her kairos, looks at you, snorts, and retreats to the shelves. A couple of minutes later, Tkachenko returns holding a small pistol. She puts the gun on the counter and strokes the Bakelite grip with a strange affection.
Pistols are good. Not for everyone. One needs a special skill set.
And we have that special skills. I think we did, yeah.
The black draws the slide with a snap, pops out the magazine with an almost imperceptible movement, and slams it back in place.
It's reliable. Has a nice heft, too, so even if it jams, you can always smack him on the head with it.
Tkachenko slides the pistol across the counter.
Alright. Accept the firearm carefully with the barrel aimed downward, like you were trained. Take the weapon in one hand, point at Tkachenko and declare, "This is my turf now." Grab the weapon and sling it over your shoulder. Say you're no good with light weapons and need something else. No, but no.
Margarita drags on her pipe and releases a puff of thick yellow smoke.
I see you know the rules and won't cause problems.
Ask about the weapon's drawbacks.
Tkachenko taps down her tobacco.
Nice accuracy, but the stopping power is too low to call it a killing machine. Still, it's an all-around excellent weapon.
Ask about servicing the weapon.
The black points at a poster on the wall behind her.
Can you see what's written there? Clean and oil. I have nothing to add.
Thank her and leave.
The armorer shrugs, puffing indifferently on her pipe.
It's the least I could do. We have a requisition list from the Silvers. For free, you receive only rubbish. If you want the real deal, check out the weaponry shop. Or me.
Okay, but we have no money.
Wait a minute. Sign your name here in the meantime.
Margarita reaches under her counter and produces a set of ammunition.
A new set of ammo is issued for every task, but there's so much bureaucracy you'll go daft. Expenditure report. Form number 16. Disposal form. The Silver's running true to form. So if you need more ammo, I recommend you either search or barter for it. Or learn how to craft it on your own. These are useful skills. Trust me.
Oh, I trust you.
Leaning over the counter, the black points somewhere off to one side.
Now it's time for your training. Botherby is already waiting for you by the big gate. He's a bit dotty, but a good man nonetheless. But before the training zone, go see that wizard guy with his toothpicks. Be careful around him, though. Don't let him pitch you a line. Psychic my ass.
She winces in disgust.
He had some tricks, though. Functional keys. Encase has several modifiable keys that will make your gameplay much more comfortable. Hold down. Shift to view a more detailed tooltip for an item. Hold Control to attack characters and doors. Hold Alt to highlight interactive. Okay. Ta-da! Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Money? In the trash? They're mine now.
Get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then, apply it to the door.
Handful of earth. Okay, we'll take it, but only because it's there.
Yes, apply is the proper word.
Janitor's gear. This will probably not end well. Yeah, let's leave his stuff, because it's rude.
I repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt.
I don't have a utility belt. Oh, we missed?
I told you to pick the lock, not to break the door. Do you have any idea how many forms I'll have to fill out to get a new one from the warehouse?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm a grunt, and I don't have a tool
An
belt.
amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
I mean, Norman Potter, Letitia, and Sebastian von Ulden.
Welcome under the dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new...
Oh, there he is.
A middle-aged black is sitting behind the counter with his hands in his lap. The buttons and zippers on his uniform are polished to a shine, and even his badge, Winston Botherby, Instructor, has been buffed so much it hurts to look at it.
My eyes.
Botherby frowns as you approach.
Your first act is being late for the briefing. You going to be late for your funeral as well?
Say that you wish to receive military training. Snap to attention and report that you're here for your assignment and want to receive instruction. Blackwing, bellow, no sir! And say that you wish to receive. Okay, let's go with that.
The black looks you over.
Yes, I see the weapon received check mark. Looks like you are fully prepared to disappoint me. You are prepared, right, employee?
Say you're prepared. Tell him you're against violence. Yeah, that's a good choice. Say you have a few things to do. Now, we're
Botherby
prepared.
leans over the counter and directs you to the doors.
Behind this door is a combat simulation computer. Launch it and begin your course.
He raises his index finger.
The conditions in the training zone closely simulate those one would experience in the field. Your goal is to avoid getting lost and dying of dehydration. And try to aim the barrel away from yourself when shooting.
Wow.
Pulling a notepad from his pocket, the instructor jots down your name.
Your goal is to hit 3 targets. I'm going to monitor you and advise as necessary. And try not to burst into tears. That's all. Go ahead.
Leave, salute him and leave, or shout, sir, yes sir. Yeah, we'll do that. Because, why not? Prepare for combat. Before entering combat, make sure you're prepared. Shake your and your companion's health. Move your weapons from inventory to the hand slot. Load your guns if necessary. Prepare medicine to counter health damage. Consider the sequence of your actions and the direction of your attack. Or we'll just make a bloody mess. Okay. The following text glows from a small amber colored screen. Welcome to the Sherman Holographic Combat Emulation System. Please select a program. Enter Alpha to initiate the Alpha Squad hologram. The picture slowly changes. Looking closely, you can see the lines being rewritten one by one. Sherman System. Alpha Squad enters the battle. Proceed to the training zone. Turn-based combat. Encased has a turn-based combat system. The move sequence of your opponent's allies and yourself is determined by initiative action points. Are spent on moving, using abilities, and attacking. If after performing all of your desired actions, you still have some action points left, you can spend them on increasing your defense class by clicking on the cover button, B key. Or you can finish the current turn and save. Save it. Not enough action points. Where can we see our... Ah, okay, 5. Alright. Environment in combat. In almost every battle you are surrounded by interactive objects, traps, pools of toxic goo, flames, or a barrel of fuel that can be blown up with a well-aimed shot. All these can give you an advantage, conversely complicate your life. Okay, I want to use my guns. Why can I not... Oh, now it works? Alright. So I guess it's loaded. Okay, that's cool. Single shot. We still have some AP. Well, that's 3. How much is that? That probably would hurt me. Oh, that's a battle stance. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Miss me. What do you mean wrong target? I want to shoot this guy. Can we move anywhere? No. Well, we could move there. Or could still shoot us? Yeah. Dialogue with weapon drawn. Okay, so let's... How do we... That's it.
Botherby nods grandly.
You made it through training without making a total fool of yourself. Congratulations. I'll send a report up the chain about your completely unanticipated success. You're dismissed, employee.
Alright. I think we have done all the things that we were required to do. So I think this might be a good place to end off this testing encased video. We started up and we tested one of the wings. And I think we are about to like open up the game and go places. But this should give you a little taste of what the game is like. I am getting Fallout vibes, like the classic Fallout games. And also, I kind of like the world. It feels like a very text-heavy game, though. So be you know, in the mood for reading a lot of stuff. But yeah, this seems like a very good experience. And I might do more of these starting up videos with different classes and other characters. I also might do like a gameplay series or a let's play further on, but this was just a brief taste of the Encased game to see what it was about. Thank you for watching this sample video of the introduction to Encased. I hope that it gave you some idea of what the game is like. I also hope you might hit those like and sub buttons and that I will see you again in other videos. This one though is over, so it's time for me to say bye bye for now.